Well, good evening and welcome everyone. My name is Maria Williams and we have some exciting health and wellness information to share with you. If this is your first time, hopefully you will be as excited as I was the first time I heard about this. I heard about this actually almost 9 years ago. I grew up in Massachusetts in 2008, bad economy. My husband lost his job, so we had to move and we moved here to Arizona. And I told them that I wasn't going to work anymore because I was going to be a stay-at-home mom with my two boys who were 9 and 11 at the time. Moving to a different state, you don't know them. You don't know anything here, so I wanted to be that mom. And so I gave up six-figure income to be a stay-at-home mom. And I knew that eventually I would do something. And my neighbor came over one hot July day and showed me a medical breakthrough through an ABC primetime investigative report, and it just blew my mind. And I knew that I wanted to get this in my body for personal reasons, and then I saw that I could share this with the world and make a commission out of it, build a team, bless other people, and it's just been an amazing journey. And so we hope that, a lot of this information resonates with you. If it does, great. And share it with people. Tell people about this, or tell the person that invited you that you've got someone that needs to know about this information. So we're going to start. I'm going to come back at the end, but I want to introduce our guest speaker today that's going to go over this product and this medical breakthrough and all this information. Dr. Melody Rodarte has been a doctor for over 15 years. She's board certified in internal medicine, certified in hyperbaric medicine and wound care, and certified in aesthetics. She was named one of the five top doctors in 2017 in Phoenix, Arizona, for obesity medicine. She's amazing, smart, and she has two set of twins, two great kids, Ashley and Joey. Hey, Ashley and Joey. And she's married to the wonderful Tony Rodarte, who used to be a former police officer and retired a couple of months ago, right? Oh my goodness, seems like it was just the other day, but it's more than a couple of months ago, because of this business, because of sharing this with people she loves and building this part-time. She's been able, working full-time, doing this part-time to make enough income for her husband to be able to retire after 20 years of law enforcement. And now he is starting a non-for-profit charity. That's just the kind of people and the heart that they have. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Melody, who is going to start us off here.
Thank you, Maria. That was just a wonderful introduction. I love teaming up with you. And what I love about nights like this is we get to teach people how to take care of themselves, that there are other ways of staying healthy. And so I'm going to share my screen and we'll kind of get started with what our goals are. Let's see here. Oh, you know what, Maria? It says that you disabled sharing screen. I don't know what.
Wait, let me see. Did I really?
I didn't even know that button existed.
I know, I don't know where. Participant entry. Oh boy. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to share mine then.
Yeah.
And I know you can wing it and it's pretty close to your PowerPoint, so. Oh, wait a minute, before I do that, I gotta share the sound or that won't work, right? So, okay.
Excellent. So as Maria had said, I've been practicing for a while. I started off with primary care and I've moved over into obesity medicine, and it's just because I want to get to the root of things. So that's what I'm wanting you to take out of this tonight is what are things that you can do to get to the root of issues that stem? How do we biohack our body? How do we take a complex system and break it down into simpler systems in order to live our best life? And so there you've got that definition right there on the left, and we want to do it through nutrigenomics. So nutrigenomics is the study of using that nutrition and to help our genes express. And Hippocrates got it right so many years ago. I mean, hundreds of years ago. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And so it's incredibly important that we have that relationship of how nutrigenomics can help in biohacking our body. The main or the hero of the story tonight is going to be the NRF2 pathway, and I'm going to weave it in as we move through this PowerPoint. And what I love about this quote right here is it's by Washington State University, and this is where we're at. This is why I'm excited that you're on this webinar tonight and you're learning some new words. NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Two words there that are incredible: therapy and prevention. And that's because we don't have that a lot in medicine. You know, to be able to hit both of those connections. And so what I want you to think back is how can I implement this? How can I activate this NRF2 system? And it's important because what we're trying to do is reduce oxidative stress. So there's another word that you're going to probably learn here tonight. On the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see an apple. And it doesn't matter if it was an apple that you grew in the backyard with love and it's all organic, or you bought it, you know, at the shelf of Walmart where it sat frozen for a year. When you cut it in half, it starts to brown, it starts to oxidize, and then those free radicals are being released because oxygen is hitting the pulp and it's aging. So no matter if you use microwaves, cell phones, you know, you live here where I'm at in Maria in Arizona and have all that UV radiation, you know, it doesn't matter. We all start to age. And if we can't clean that up, what happens is the cell is affected, and then the tissue, the organ, and then we get disease. And on the right-hand side, you saw about 200 disease states that are linked to oxidative stress. So depending on which organ system is being affected, will look like what disease state. Like, so it could be a heart attack, it could be high blood pressure, it could be diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ADHD. I mean, the list goes on. Over 200 diseases are linked to oxidative stress. So what we would like to do is reduce that oxidative stress. So I'm going to take you back to 2005, and we're going to watch an ABC primetime investigative report. And you might think, wow, 2005, that's a little bit, you know, that was a little time ago, but it's where the story began. And I love it because most people love listening to John Quinones, who doesn't, and he can give us so much knowledge in a short bit of time. So we're going to show the video. It's about 6 minutes long, and we'll come back on the screen right afterwards.
The following is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can we scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
As it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And
The following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
Sorry, I pressed the button too soon.
Oh, that's okay. I can take it from there.
That was the end anyway. It was close.
Yeah, perfect. So after that aired, instead of debunking, the supplement Protandim in the company, it propelled it. People got to see John Quinones's blood oxidative stress levels reduced by 45%. And they thought, well, wait, what would it do for me? Can I get my hands on this? And so unfortunately, it was a small little biotech company, and we'll get to that part with what happened, but that's where the story began. Multiple universities and institutions started to self-fund these research using Protandim. It is an awesome company. It's publicly traded, and we have switched modes of distribution. We'll talk about that in a little bit more, and it has grown from 10 million to over 200 million since 2009. What caught my eye is that I could plug the word Protandim into a search engine called pubmed.gov. It's P-U-B as in boy, M-E-D as in David.gov. love. It's where all third-party peer-reviewed data is. A lot of us physicians like to go there and do our research because it's third-party validated. And I went home 4 years ago when I was introduced to this, and I typed in the word Protandim, and there were 16 peer-reviewed articles. It blew my mind. Tonight, if you do it, there are 24 peer-reviewed articles, and they continue to be released. And these are major universities. The one that caught my eye is their dead center in the middle. The American Heart Association puts on a journal called Circulation. Incredibly difficult to get published into this journal, and I couldn't believe it was there. And then I was starting to flip through things. So there are so many places where you can go and read about the research that's being done. And on the right-hand side, you can see all of the some of the pharmaceutical companies that are in, and I love the word, in the rat race of making NRF2 activators. So let's talk about the specifics of Protandim. Actually, I'm going to talk about one specific NRF2 medication that's out there. It's called Tecfidera, and it is the first synthetic NRF2 activator. So those of you who have someone who has been, touched by MS, this came out a few years ago. And what I love about this study is they did it on their dime, and they went head-to-head with Protandim. And you can see the bolded lines there, and it says, interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore may be the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. What's incredible about that is they published this and they went head-to-head with a nutraceutical, Protandim. And so Tecfidera is $50,000 a year, where Protandim, we'll talk about it in a little bit, is $40 plus shipping and tax a month. So the difference here, so you keep thinking, why is she talking about, NRF2 activation? It's because it is allowing our body to release our own antioxidants. So on the left-hand side, you can see what we've known until now, using direct antioxidants, like eating your green leafy vegetables and your your pretty berries, and what you're doing is you're only neutralizing one free radical at a time, and it's one and done. So I don't want you to stop doing that. That's excellent. We want to eat our green leafies and our fruits. But what we want to do is activate our NRF2 pathway. Each of our cells has that pathway, and when it's activated, we release 1,000,000 to 1, and they continue to neutralize free radicals, and it's not a one and done situation. On the bottom, you can see some of those important antioxidants that our body makes. And so Protandim is a combination of 5 herbal ingredients: ashwagandha, bacopa, milk thistle, green tea, and turmeric. And you might be thinking, well, I'm already taking some of those things. The combination of Protandim that is it has been patented, 7 patents there, is 18-fold more potent than taking in any other blend. And that's why we're seeing a 40% reduction in 30 days of oxidative stress and up to 70% reduction in oxidative stress with continued use. That is by a human study, so the FDA actually allows us to make that statement. So the NIA is the National Institute on Aging, and they did a study where the first 10-year arm is done, and Protandim was the only natural product proven to extend lifespan, and it went against some of those key ingredients that are in Protandim. And alone, you put that slide in there, that's perfect. So there's that slide, why you want to take it as a combination. And who wouldn't want to just take salad in a pill, other than 5 pills versus 1 pill when it comes to taking the blend to activate our NRF2. So it is important to know that it has the BSCG seal of approval, which stands for Banned Substance Control Group, and so athletes can take it, which is lovely because they have so much oxidative stress and inflammation that we want to reduce it. So another pathway that we have also helped is the pathway to help our mitochondria. Mitochondria are the little squiggly things we used to scribble inside of a cell when we were in junior high. It makes our ATP, that's our energy, but we know so much more now. It is linked to more diseases than we even thought, especially like cancer. And so we want to help protect our mitochondria because our mitochondria protect our gene. And so we can do that by activating our NRF1 pathway with Protandim NRF1 Synergizer. I'll let you go to the next slide. I think it's perfect. So it's another blend of herbal ingredients that help increase our cellular energy, called ATP, helps our cells talk to each other. So our mitochondria, from head to toe, there's a network of them, and we need them to function properly. We need them to communicate properly. So that's why we want to activate the NRF1 pathway. It helps with sleep. It helps with cellular repair. Those mitochondria, if they aren't functioning and can't repair, we want them to die. That's incredibly important to help slow that aging process and to help protect our gene. Another way that we need to help our bodies is through our gut. So many of us don't even realize that we have leaky gut because we didn't think that allergies or joint pain or moodiness, skin issues, why our thyroid needs to keep being changed. There are so many things that are linked to leaky gut. So one of the ways that we can do that is by taking a probiotic. Our probiotic is, I like to call it special, for two main reasons. One is it has a biotrek technology, and that is patented to show that more than 60% make it through that stomach acid into the small and large intestine where they need to be deposited. Majority of probiotics, even if you're on a prescription one, only 4 to 6% survive. So it's incredible that biotrek has been able to get the probiotics through the stomach and into the intestines where they need to work. We also have Wellmune, which is very well studied. Wellmune has 13 peer-reviewed studies on it, and it helps our white blood cells, specifically our neutrophils in our gut. We want the tight junctions to stay tight. We don't want what's in our, in our colon seeking out into our bloodstream. So our probiotics, not only do they digest our food and synthesize our vitamins and allow for good absorption, but our immune system, 80% of our immune system is in our gut, and then neurotransmitters. Remember, there is a gut-brain axis, so we want a healthy gut. And one of the other ways that we can help with our brain, I was just talking about, our brain is omegas. A lot of people always thought, oh, it just is with, cholesterol, and vitamin D is just for, osteoporosis. And it's not. We need omega-3s because our diets, unfortunately, are high in omega-6s, and we need a balance. And then we also added omega-7, which is great for our metabolism. And so our fish oil is actually from Norwegian or Alaskan fish, and it's harvested there, so there's no time for it to oxidize. So when you take it, you're not burping up fish oil. That's the biggest difference when you can tell whether or not you have a great fish oil or not, is whether or not you're burping it up or tasting it. And then vitamin D, extremely important, not just for our bones, but our metabolism, our brain health. And so many of us are vitamin D deficient. Even if you are getting, sun exposure, we need to make sure our vitamin D levels are adequate. So if you take those 4 main products, and so it's Protandim NRF1, Protandim NRF2, Omega Plus the probiotic, it is called the Vitality Stack. And this Vitality Stack was able to win the Stevie Bronze Award just this past year, and it had only been put together for less than a year. So it's exciting that we were able to win an International Business Award. And this package also ships free, and it's discounted if you do it together. And the company was great because, we always want to know how we can, travel and make things better. Is it comes in packets, so you can not have to carry around bottles. Whoever is writing on the screen, can you make sure that you are not doing so? And that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. So I want to tell you about some of the other products that we have that are NRF2 activators. So again, we are patenting these products as well as bringing them to you, and they're incredible. This True Science is for our skin. It's so NRF2 activation from the outside in, and it's for everyone. It doesn't have to just be for those of us who want to get rid of fine lines and wrinkles. It's great for keeping our skin healthy, helping with cellular repair. Aging spots, acne. I've got my kids on this. It's incredible. It's a four-step process that you use morning and night. And then we have NRF2 activation for our brain, and it's called Axio. I've never done an energy drink in my life, so I was a little nervous when I heard about this, and then I started looking at the ingredients, and it is truly brain food. It is but I would say the effect is energy, but it's truly brain food. So one is caffeinated, one is decaf, only 100 milligrams of caffeine, so less than a cup of coffee, half a cup of coffee, so you're not getting the jitters. There's activated B vitamins, quercetin, DMAE, L-theanine, all really super cool ingredients to help our brain function. And when our brain functions, then our mood is better, our energy is better, our concentration is better. It can be used as a pre-workout, and we can use it with our children to help focus. Can you go back just a minute to the other slide with Axio? And so this is just a great example of just, a 9-year-old being able to sit down and do their homework by activating the NRF2 system internally by taking Protandim, as well as with using Axio. So definitely a gift for our kids to be able to concentrate. And then we have NRF2 activation for our four-legged friends. And so it is specially formulated for them. They age, 7 years faster than we do. So we get to see how activating their NRF2 pathway helps them with their joint function, their mobility, their flexibility, and their cognitive function. And it also has a seal of approval, which vets look for to state that it's what is on the label is actually what you are, giving your dog. You want to make sure you're giving them something that is not going to hurt them, right? So it's NRF2 activation for them. And then just recently we released the first NRF2 activation for our scalp, our hair, our what we just love to, take care of. And so it's a shampoo, a conditioner, and a serum. And who knew there was a microbiome on our scalp? And so we need it to be healthy. And on the side here, you can see on the right-hand side, this is someone who has psoriatic alopecia, and it is just incredible to see the changes within 2 months. And what this is allowing it to do is help the hair follicle recover and help the scalp microbiome be healthy in order to help the hair become stronger and to help it with growing. And so it's just incredible that we have the first naturally clean, so it's 98% clean. Those of you who are looking at finding clean objects, you can look up our True Science on Think Dirty now. It's incredible. They all score anywhere from a 0 to 3. 14 is I think it's 14 is the worst. So 98% free is definitely something I want to start using in my shower. So it's incredible. So I'm going to pass it on to Maria. I thank you for letting me kind of just give you some education. My goal is always to give tools to people so that they can live their best self. I've always practiced that way, and I love when people are asking me, what can I do to, for this and that? And by hopefully now, by, the last 15 minutes, you've learned of options that you can do. Then I have, I've been successful with teaching you something tonight that you can implement in order to kick and scream through that aging process to help our body. And that is why I am continuing to grow this business. I'm so excited to share this with Maria because she has taught me how to do this. As a physician, I didn't know how to do something like this. I just wanted to, scream it from the mountaintops that I have something that can help everybody. It doesn't have to be for one specific person. And so as she had said, that I got to retire my husband last year by doing this, and that's by teaching and training and being a part of these webinars and just telling people that there are awesome products that we can use and we can share. So with that, I want to introduce Maria, my mentor, so that she can close out this webinar.
Thank you, Melody. Every time I hear this, I get super excited. So if this is your first time listening, if you're thinking of names of people that need to hear about this information, that this could potentially help them, then you're just like me when I saw this. I knew that I was going to get this inside of my body, but I also knew that I was going to tell my mom and dad that we're diabetics. I looked up oxidative stress and diabetes, and at that time, almost 9 years ago, there was 6,000 studies. Today, there's over 16,000 studies. I just kept looking up, my husband and I just kept looking up oxidative stress and a disease, oxidative stress and another disease. And I said, holy moly, if this really does what it says it does, which is just reduce oxidative stress, by 40% in 30 days and with continued use up to 70%. Imagine what it could potentially do in your body. So we don't claim that we treat, cure, prevent any disease. What this does, it gets your body back into balance and allows your body to do the healing. The ingredients are so tiny and minute, but it's the synergy of those ingredients together to create that NRF2 activation and that NRF1 activation, and then into those other products. So total body wellness. I just love how these products are clean, green, and just so amazing what we've seen, how we can help people. It's just been such a journey of love and to help others. And there's a lot of people out there struggling, not only, you know, their health, but financially. I know people that are still trying to recover from 2008. Right? And people are talking that maybe there's another recession coming, you know, this always goes in cycles, who knows? So when I knew I was going to get on this product, I had never done this type of business before. Like I said, I was in HR, but I said, when I like something, I tell people, because I told my husband, I'm not a salesperson. How am I going to do this? I've never done sales in my life. I've done HR. And he said, when you like something, what do you do, Maria? And I said, I tell everybody. I've been telling people to take probiotics for over 20 some years, right? I would tell people it's good for your gut. Take it. 20 years. Think of it. 20 years ago, were you taking a probiotic? Probably not. Probably just a couple of you are putting your hands up. I asked that today in a group of 100 people, and I think there was about 10 people that said they knew about probiotics, right? 20 years ago. Very few. But today, it's everywhere, and you hear about it. You hear how important it is. That's what we have our hands on with NRF2 activation. Nobody knows about it. So when I looked at this as, okay, I can tell people about this, but is there any opportunity in this business? Like, who knows about it? Is this market saturated? My major was in business, so I put my business hat on, my thinking cap, and say, okay, I know that in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. And in business, it's all about timing. If you really want to capitalize in a business and be part of a momentum and a huge growth of it, it's where you're positioned when you get involved in it, right? So we've talked about antioxidants. You know, today is not the best time to get involved in antioxidants, right? It's NRF2 activation. It's activators that are going to be the future of medicine. So think of the flip phone, right? How many of you, we've got 97 people on this, 96 right now. How many of you have a flip phone out there? I bet you probably maybe one, right? That's it. Not a lot of flip phones that are still out there. I personally know one person that has a flip phone, and I always tease him about it. That's why I always think of him. Today, it's the smartphone. That's what we have our hands on, from supplements to activators. And we have, this is what blows my mind, we have the most potent NRF2 activator in the world. So we have a pharmaceutical company that proved it to you. But the other thing that really gets me is that this was developed around, I think 2003, 2005, that ABC aired. So it's been out there, right? A couple of years now, right? Nobody has been able to copy and develop what we have. Because usually when a product comes out, you see Me Too products everywhere, right? We were concerned that we might go to Walmart and see a wall tandem out there, but you're not going to find a wall tandem because first we have a patent, right? And I think that when this was developed, right, they started with a lot of herbs and they narrowed it down to the most potent, and it's the synergy that they created. So nobody's been able to copy all these years, or even with different ingredients, make something even more potent than we have our hands on. Now, if you think about that, that is huge, right? Because there's competition for everything. Let's talk about, you know, the iPhone, right? You got Samsungs, you got all different types of different phones that are out there. There's competition for everything. You know, fast food, hamburgers, right? Got McDonald's, Burger King, competition everywhere. We have no one that can compete in this space with us. Imagine if we were Apple and we had that iPhone, no competition, right? But nobody knew about it. That's where we're sitting. And that's what gets me excited, because this can be part-time income, full-time income, or big-time income for you. One more example with the iPhone. Which iPhone was the one that really got Apple into momentum? Was it the first iPhone? Was it the second iPhone? The third, no. Between the fourth and the fifth iPhone, I think I got the fifth iPhone. So it was between that fourth and the fifth iPhone that you got those innovators getting that first ones, right? Then you got the early adopters. And then when you got that fourth and fifth iPhone is when you've got the majority, right? A huge part of the population now was getting the iPhone. That's where we are. We're moving, closer and closer because we've been telling, over the years, we've been telling more people and telling more people and getting more people involved. And what we need is just more people. We need more people caring and sharing, right? We need more people sharing this information. Like, we are not high pressure salespeople here. We are just sharing this information. If it speaks to you, great. Become a customer, get on the product. If you're thinking of people or you don't like the situation you're in, like I was in a situation that I went from a 6-figure income to a no-figure income, and that was uncomfortable for me. But I wanted to go back home and see my mom and dad and see my family. And I knew that on one income, it was going to be difficult to get 4 people, 4 airline tickets to go back and forth and see my family. So I knew I had to do something, right? So if you're in a situation that you're transitioning, right? You want more out of life. You're looking for something else. This could be your vehicle. So how do you get started and become a distributor? This is a one-time fee you buy. You're buying a business, right? Think of an online franchise. Because I didn't know how to do this in my mind, I thought of it's like an online franchise because I don't deliver product to anyone. I don't go knocking on, here's your product and, bringing it to people. As I share this with people and they're interested, I do this all with my phone. I can do it with my computer, but now they've made it so easy that from my phone, I can send someone a shopping cart. I can send them my website to look through and they can select what they want. If I send them a shopping cart, they just have to click on it, put their name, their address, their credit card information. I never see it and it drop ships directly to their home. So 3 different ways to get involved. You have a silver pack for $350, a gold pack for $650, and a platinum pack for $1250. So I'm going to talk about the platinum pack because when I looked at this, I got the biggest pack they had at the time because I knew the 4 of us were going to get on this product. And so there was enough product in there for 4 to 5 months for us to take. And I said, well, I don't know what this is going to do, but I'm going to get on it. I don't know if I'm even going to tell anybody about it, but I'm going to get on it. So I got that biggest pack. Why? Because there's around a 20% savings. So you're saving 20%. Who doesn't want to save money, right? So you're saving money. I got a spot in the business, got a website, got some training material, and I got a team of people that wanted to help me have success. So, you don't see that a lot in business. Like I was in HR and my role was to train people, to motivate them, to coach them, to help them, get to the next level that they wanted to get to. But there wasn't tons and tons of next levels, right? It is a pyramid, right? If you're trying to get, from lower level to get to the CEO position, that's one position. So as you climb up higher and higher in corporate America, it's less and less opportunities for you. So when I saw this, I'm like, wow, so these people want to actually help me. So in corporate America, you see a lot of people not wanting to help you because they want that position. They want that next spot. So they're not, open and embracing helping you. We don't always create that culture. I mean, there's some companies that do. I don't want to bash any company at all. There are some companies that do create that, but a lot of them don't, right? And here, all of a sudden, I had this team that wanted to help me have success because we all work together, right? So if I help you, if I help this team, if I help, do these webinars and someone gets inspired and signs up, I'm helping you, right? You have the opportunity to go bless many, many more people that are out there. So the platinum pack is the way to get in. Like I said, one time that you're paying, getting this pack, that kind of shows you the different pack. What I want to show you on this slide, what I loved about this is that, you're starting a business, but what you don't have is the production problems, the quality control, the shipping, the customer service, the website, the IT, legal, and all that stuff. The company takes care of all of that. Only thing I have to do is share this with people and, sift and sort and see their level of interest to join this company or to get on the products. That's it. So we've got 4 different ways to get paid. I'm not going to get into all of them. I will tell you in 9 years that I've been involved and I've looked at other companies that are network marketing company, direct sale companies, and I looked at their compensation plan. I think that we have a very rich compensation plan. Pays 40% on the first order and then an average of 5% after that. It has one thing that I've never seen. I've heard of profit sharing. I've had profit sharing in companies that I've worked with, but I've never had global sharing, global revenue sharing. That's, before any profit, they take 4% of the global revenue and put it into 4 buckets. And then when you get to a certain level in the company, right, you got to work it, get to that level, you get a share of that, and then a second share, and a third share, and a fourth share of that. So that's like all the work that I did, my customers, like, from 8.5 years ago that are still customers that come on today, you're going to get a percentage of all that work that's been done today, getting involved, getting to this level. You can participate in all the work that's been done all the years. And just imagine, we're only a $200 million company. So if you're a good math person, take 4%, figure what that is, but wait till we're $1 billion company, right? Huge. So what we're creating here is a network of consumers and then a network of distributors. A lot of people ask me, oh, you're just looking for distributors. No, we want people to fit in where they feel they fit in. I'm not getting the right word out, sorry. But we want you to be comfortable where you're at. So if you just want to be a customer, great, be a customer. But what's going to grow your business, what's going to create part-time, full-time income and big-time income is building that network of distributors. We share things all the time. I share something and somebody goes out, tells somebody else and tells somebody else. I don't get anything for it. So why not share something? And when someone shares it, you get a little piece of it. They also get a piece of it, but you get a piece of it. So today, fast forward from, 8.5 years ago, just me, calling, reaching out to people, sharing this with people, hundreds and hundreds of people. I always tell people this isn't network marketing, it's network marketing. So you have to go out and you've got to share the information with people. But from those hundreds and hundreds that I've shared with, I've gotten 3 people that saw that vision with me. And those 3 people went out and did what I did. I taught them what I did and they went out and did it. They went out and just shared this with people. And then they went out and found 3 to 5 people and they went out and shared that with people. And then they went out and shared that with people. Today that's turned into over 70,000 people in my organization. We do a little over $1 million in sales a month. And just blessing many lives. 70%, 90% of the 70,000 are just customers, people that see this information and they just want to be on the product. They love the product. Some of those will convert later on into distributors. They start organically telling people, and then they're like, well, tell me more about this business. And some see it right when they see a presentation like this, and they want to be part of this. So we label our distributors from Pro 1 to Pro 10. Pro 1 is $1,000 of sales. So that's where you can start creating some part-time income. So Pro 1, 2, and 3 is some part-time income from $79 to $580. Then you start getting into full-time income from Pro 4 to Pro 6. 85% of Americans are making between Pro 5 and Pro 6 income. Yes, $2,500 to $6,000 a month is what 85% of Americans make. And we, Dr. Rodarte and her husband, Tony Rodarte, are Pro 6 in this business. And they've built this business on a part-time basis, but consistent action. And then as you start finding those 2 or 3 in your business, 3 to 5 key people that see this like you, and they start really just kind of going out on their own, is when you get to Pro 7, 8, 9, and 10, and that's big time income, right? Pro 7, I hit that in 13 months, but I went all out massive action. When I saw this, I had this fear of missing out. I mean, I had never done this before. I didn't know, is this going to be, is everybody going to know about this in the next couple of months? I didn't know what I was doing. I was just full of passion and just sharing this nonstop. I got my kids on the bus and I went to work. I was able to be that stay-at-home mom, get the kids on the bus and started sharing this with people. And so hit Pro 7 in 13 months, and then Pro 8 a year after that, and 2 years after that, Pro 9, and getting close and close to Pro 10. That income, I will tell you, that is true. The incomes that you see there, it can even be more than what's there for those different ranks. But it's been such a blessing. You know, my dream was, I can't even think about it when I think about it. Well, okay. My dream was my family, right? I did this for my family. I wanted to give my family more options that I had growing up. I was a poor immigrant that came here when I was a baby, and I wanted options for my children. I wanted them to be able to fulfill their dreams. Ooh, sorry. And so, like Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you're sleeping, you will work until you die. And so I wanted to find something that could create residual leveraged income. I didn't even know what that meant when I got started in this, but when someone said there's something you can create that will continue to generate this residual leveraged income. Residual because people love our products, they get on it and they stay on it month after month after month. That's the residual income. Leveraged income is you're building this team, right? This team of distributors, right? And as they're going out there and they're building their businesses, I'm not the only one that's having success in my business. And that's what I love about this, that I never even realized how many lives that we were going to be able to bless financially. I have 2 Pro 9s in my business, several Pro 8s, a ton of Pro 7s and 6s and 5s and 4s. And everybody is out there and they're building their own businesses. You know, I have people that make more than I'm making, and I'm proud and so happy that's possible, because that shows you that anybody can go out there, and when they can start today and they can make more than I'm making today. It is absolutely possible. Someone just asked me, is this still opportunity? We have 300 million Americans and we're global, right? So let's just talk about the US, 300 million, right? And you know, how many distributors do we have? Probably 80,000. I haven't looked, I don't remember what the last numbers was, but maybe 80,000. So it's just a drop in the bucket where we're at. I mean, it is an opportunity of a lifetime. I want to go back and end with this. When this is from Oregon State University, has nothing to do, it wasn't done by our company, but this is talking about NRF2. When it finds a problem, NRF2 essentially goes back to the cellular nucleus where it rings the alarm bell, where it can turn on up to 200 genes that are responsible for cell repair, detoxification of carcinogens, protein and lipid metabolism, antioxidant protection, and other actions. In their report, the scientists called it the longevity assurance factor. Thank you so much for getting on tonight, and hopefully you've learned something here. Please get back to the person that invited you on here tonight and let them know, you know, I'm not interested. That's okay. This is not the right time for me. Not interested. No problem. Can I keep in touch? Can I just share some information? If you think of someone, can you let me know? B, yes, I want to be a customer. Or C, I see this opportunity. I want to be part of this, and let's talk and let's go into more details and answer any questions you have. So thank you so much. And like I said, please get back to the person that invited you on here, and have a blessed night. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, Maria.